Number 5, it's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Starts in
Tonight, the 8th June.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So it's 9 p.m. That's right. I'm just going on to the comments now. And we got 22 in the house, top people. Let's just have a quick look to see any questions at the beginning. We've got Colin, Ian, Des, Annika, Simon, Emma, top lady. Is that the Emma we saw today? Oh yes, it is. Well done. Yeah, Bob and Zip the dog. Simon, Clive, Bentley boy, Yabis. So we're all got a lot in tonight already. 28 in the house. So got some questions. So all right on the questions. But if you've got any questions, guys, put them in the comments. We've also got tonight picking from last week because I was doing something last Sunday. Free magnet Sunday from last week, and also free sticker Sunday this week. So let's get this right. So today's temperature here in sunny Spain, this part of Spain where I live, it's in the southeast of Spain, the Murcia region, and it was 31 in the shade. Another hot one. The weather for the week's all looking good. Still going to be hot temperatures, but I ain't going in that pool yet. I think it's about 26. What else have I got? Oh yeah, no, that's it. Good. So let's have a quick look on the old comments there. We're all Kemp's in as well, and Chris. Well done, Chris. He's all by himself. He's got to look after himself. But I'm watching your vid today, Chris. You're feeding yourself well. That's the main thing. And Flyboy said he missed me again this morning. You see, you got to be up early because I did do an early one today, and I had 42 of you in with the correct name, which was Free Sticker Sunday. Anyway, so let's get going. So some of these questions I've done a while back because obviously I'm amazed how quick the time goes. And the first question, I'm going to kick it in straight away, is from Ethan. Is it easy to drive from Campasol to Mojacar? And is it easy to drive to Murcia or get the train? Okay, so obviously going to Mojacar from Campasol, pretty easy, down the RM3, which is motorway, and then on to the toll road, which it didn't cost much. I think it's about €7 something. That's one way, obviously. But if you want to, you can go the nice coastal road, which you can go up through the mountains, through Lorca, down on the coast, down to Gillis, that way. Either way you go. Sorry, I had a bit of Coke tonight. Well, I don't know what it is, but Coke makes me froth up a bit. Yeah, either way, it's over an hour's drive. But I'll tell you what, when you go to Mojacar, it's worth going, guys. It's a lovely place. But if you want to go to Murcia, yeah, it's the same thing. Down the RM3, the opposite direction. It's all motorway as well. Probably takes you about less than 30 minutes, depending on the time of day. But at the moment, you cannot catch a train. What they're doing at the moment, they're upgrading the line to a high-speed line, but we've been given no when that's going to happen. I mean, it's still early days yet. I mean, I went there 3 or 4 years ago to Toltana, which is my nearest train station. It's shut at the moment, but they do lay on coaches. So if you went to Toltana, you can get on a coach from the train station into Murcia. It didn't cost much. But the train at the moment ain't working. But once it is, it'll be super speedy because once you go into Murcia, there'll be a link already takes you up to Madrid or obviously further because it's going to be called the Mediterranean. Yeah, I think it's called the Mediterranean line. It's going to go right from like Malaga right up to Italy eventually. But it's still in progress. But I will keep you informed on any news we hear. But I can see, looking at the track itself, it's a long way off yet. We're talking 3 or 4 years. might even be longer. So there you are. And believe it or not, I think I actually did a video where I do a drive. I used to do 3 or 4 years ago. I did drive 2 videos from Campasol. I'm sure Mojacar is on that list. If you check out my playlist on my channel, under Campasol, I'm sure it's on there. Got loads of videos, guys. So the next question is from Ethan again. Any news about the diner on B that's closed? No. I know now there's work going on at the diner. It's not going to be called the diner anymore. There's going to be a new name. I ain't got a clue what that new name is yet because I haven't seen nothing on Facebook to say what the new place is going to be. I can only presume it's going to be another restaurant, but I know obviously it will open again eventually, but it won't be called the diner anymore. But that's all I got. But hopefully in the next week or so, I'll probably bump into somebody and I'll put that up later on, probably in a couple of weeks' time. Right, I've got a questionnaire. I can just see it now. Emma, all right. Question: we've heard that. You know what? I can't even read that. The Colina Roja is back open. Is that the case? I think that's the place that's just down the road. If you're going down towards Mazarron, that's the place on the hill, isn't it? Now, as far as I know, that's owned by the guy that runs Campasol, but I don't know. I haven't heard any information. I didn't even know it was shut. I haven't been up there. I haven't been up there ever since they was about to open it because it's a bit of a steep hill, that place. You can park at the bottom and then you've got to walk up a steep hill. Yeah, so I don't know. So any other lot out here that knows about that place, is it open again, let us know. Oh God, I'm a coughing night, I hope. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard nothing. There's nothing on Facebook. I didn't even know it was shut. Peter, right? What's he got to say? I remember you did a video some time ago introducing a gentleman who runs a business shipping people's household items from the UK to Spain. Did I? He's still operating. Does he deliver to Elche? Okay. A gentleman who runs a business shipping people's household items. God, I can't remember that, Peter. My memory is pretty good. But what I can say, the guy that runs the chip shop here on Camposol A, he also has got next door, I think it's called, I should know, shouldn't I? I think it's called Freight something. Anyway, they do removals. I can't think of the name now, but he's next to the fish and chip shop, and he's open during the week because obviously he's got an office there. And I know obviously they do trips from obviously Campasol back to the UK, and I would imagine, yeah, they would do trips to Elche, which is not that far away, really, is it? But I know there are a couple of guys on campus, so I think they call them Van and Man. So if you just go on Facebook and have a quick look on Facebook, I'm sure you come up with one. But I'm trying to think of that name. But I'm sure that's it. Kev straight in there. Nighthawk Carriers. Yeah, that's the people. Now, like I said, they're always open during the day. And when you feel a bit peckish, you can go in the fish and chip shop. And they don't just do fish and chips, mind you. So Des is saying, did he pass away? You know what? I'm going to have to check through my videos. I'm sure I can't remember doing a video about people delivering stuff. But anyway, hey-o. But there you are, Peter. Kevin's just said Nighthawk Couriers. Check them out. And Bentley Boys coming with it as well. So that's good. Let's sort that out. It's 9:10. We've got 34 in the house. Guys, don't forget the likes. I can't see any likes on here because it's one of these channels where it doesn't give me a lot of information other than I can see there's 34 of you looking at me. But anyway, I've got a question here from Andy. Is there news of new builds being built? If so, where would they be built? Would they be built? Okay. You know what? I typed all this out. Typed that out and I can't even read it properly. It's my own. Right, what Andy's saying that on D at long last on Campasol, they're starting to build new properties. Now they haven't actually started yet, but you are quite right, Andy. They're building on D. It's not going to be a lot of villas, but it's a start, and it's going to be called Saladillo Sunset. And all I can say is, if you're on Camposol, if you check the Murcias, because it's only Murcias that's dealing with these properties, they'll be selling these villas, and they start from 199,000 euros, or in pounds, it's 167,000 pounds. Now, I think, to be honest, that's the sort of going price now for villas here in Spain. And what it is, they're going to be 3-bedroom properties. I've got, so there's going to be 3 detached villas and 20 semi-detached villas. And phase 1, now, as far as I know, I haven't been up there lately, but I'm hopefully Kev, who's in that area, as far as I know, all I seen was like a work hut. Nothing's going on. But phase 1 was going to consist of 5 villas, 4 semi-detached and 1 detached, all 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom properties, all 1 en suite. So obviously it'd be the master bedroom. Oh, no, sorry. Read that again. All 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, obviously en suite for the master bedroom. Off-road parking, and then it's got pre-installation of electric gate, fitted kitchen, private roof terrace, swimming pools are optional, so as always, an extra. White goods are optional. Now, usually when they do a kitchen, they chuck that in, but it's to say optional here. Solar panels, which it doesn't say anything there, but I would imagine solar panels also is another extra. Pre-installed aircon, probably another extra. And they reckon this phase 1 will be completed by Easter 2026. So that's next. So they've got to get on and start building these places because they've got to be open by next Easter. But I will be watching and hopefully I might be able to get might be able to do a video if they get the show house ready. But obviously at the moment it's going to be a while off. So, we got any questions? Let's have a look. 20 degrees in the shade, says Thomas. As the UK stepped out of the EU, don't you have to import your furniture from the UK? Don't you have to import your? What would you need to import? Well, what I know, what you're getting out there, Annika, is as far as I know. Obviously, now if you move any stuff from the UK here to Spain, you're going to be taxed on it. So, I mean, when we come to move to Spain, yeah, that sounds right, doesn't it? When we moved to Spain, I didn't think you could buy a property that was furnished. I thought all properties, like in the UK, usually always come unfurnished. So we bought a shipping container over, not realising the property that we bought was already furnished. So, but what I have noticed is to me, the furniture here in Spain seems to be a lot more expensive than it would be in the UK. But yeah, I know you would have to pay some sort of import tax thanks to the Brexit. But I know a lot of people that I've met have bought property that's already, got furniture there, and they just virtually just brought over their personal belongings, and going back to Nighthawk, you can just have a transit van full of all your goodies, because even your goodies take out a lot of space, don't they? Your clothing and things like that. Yeah. So, sorry, Shaun, I haven't been around. So, Kev's going to check that out for me, aren't you, Kev? Right. Sorry, 30 in the shade on lower C. Well, it's not always the same wherever you go, isn't it? I've been over on D sometimes. It's pouring the rain. Go back to A, and it's bone dry. It's weird, isn't it? The weather here is just nuts sometimes. So it looks like we catch you for a coffee, says Thomas. Look forward to that, top man. So it's 9:15 already. I talked about some new builds going on Campasol on D. Obviously, you can buy off plan. But yeah, check it out. It's Murcia's the only people I know at the moment are dealing with the sales of the properties, and obviously they got the pictures, the 3D, what you call digital stuff. And the other thing is that they won't look nothing like the houses that are already built on Campasol. There's all this new shoeboxy, what I call shoebox style. Yeah, I mean, it looks all right, I suppose, because it all looks all white, all looks really all straight, pointed lines, So Ethan's got another one here. God, Ethan was busy that week that I missed out, obviously. After all the letters have been signed, Shaun, how long will it take until the council? What Ethan's on about now? Last year, last year, 2024. At the beginning, the council had to they're taking responsibility for Camposol. It's only taken them 20 years, but they're responsible for the Camposol. Now, that means they're looking after Camposol. But as always, with anything in Spain, it all has to be paperwork. And that means most of the residents have to have paperwork given from the town hall. It's all in Spanish. And to be honest, it's all garbled because it's all to do with, what's the word for it? Law stuff. It to me, reading it doesn't make any sense other than they're taking responsible for the roads and they're looking after Campasol virtually. But I think it's about 5 or 6 pages. But obviously, not everybody will get a letter. But apparently, I think that's finished now, Ethan. And as you just said, they did extend it. I think I saw a couple of weeks ago that was on about extending it to the end of May. We're into June now, so I haven't heard nothing since. So as far as I know, that's finished now. So everybody, or nearly everybody, has got a letter from the council. I had one. We had to sign for it. But it's not like. I mean, well, they say it's not an official document, but obviously it is. But there's nothing in there to tie me to anything. Like I've got to sign some sort of like council tax payment. Nothing like that. It's just garble. And he was asking about when they're going to start work. So, like resurfacing the main road, building, etc. Right. Well, obviously, the building starts. So they're starting to hand out licenses to build on Camposol. Now that could be. Now the problem is now that means because before when there's building going on Camposol, nobody bothered with the licenses. But obviously, when you come to sell the property, I'm talking about if you had a swimming pool built, most people just went ahead with it. But if you come to sell the property, then you've got to go down to the council, get a license. Anyway, that's all. When that kicks in, I don't know. So I don't want to get into the legal stuff of all this. And the council, as far as I know, I've got this 10 to 15 year plan. And what it is, because obviously the people that built Camposol mainly were Massa. There are like pockets around Campasol that had private builders, the Monsoras and that. but the majority of properties are on Camposol built by Massive. Anyway, they never finished it. They never obviously even bothered to start on Sector F, and there was a couple more sectors they never got around to doing. Now they won't be done. I want to know about Sector F. That's behind Sector C. God, I hate the word sectors, but that's how it's always been here on campus. So somebody bought that for €100 in an auction. They got a fantastic bargain, but there's nothing about that at the moment. What I can only hear is, yeah, they're going to do the main road going from, I think it's from B to D, the dual carriageway, which had been approved years ago, but nothing about that. There's obviously a flood relief part. Will that come out of the budget? I don't know. Street lights to be fixed, obviously roads to be finished off. But as always, nothing. But the latest thing going around at the moment is the green waste. God, it gets so technical here on Campasol. So on Campasol, all our green waste, and we're talking about garden waste mainly, cutting down trees. We used to have allocated areas. There would be 3 skips. We would dump our rubbish into the skips because it comes out of the council tax, as we call it, the IBI tax. And then once a month or every couple of weeks, a guy would turn up, empty the skips out. Anyway, that contract finished a couple of years back. The council been saying it's about a new EU ruling about all green waste has to be turned to compost, which I find a bit difficult because some of those are palm trees, and there's no way will those palm trees go for a shredder. But anyway, they've just left them. So the green waste areas have got worse and worse, bigger and bigger, to the extent, and I know that there's a person on A that petitioned the councils. They got to do something, also contact the news and the press. Anyway, the council had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and they've all agreed, yes, they've got to sort it, but you can guess there's nothing happening at the moment. They say they're going to do something. The last thing I heard now, and these are only rumours, that they're going to move the green waste that's on the car park on B, which it should never have been on the car park anyway. They're going to clear that off first and then start on the others. Now, apparently, they're going to do it all at once, but it's a huge job. But as always, from what we hear, well, I personally think the council got the most load of rubbish. That's my view. Everybody else might have a different view on the council, but my view, they've been rubbish, this lot, and done nothing, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, yeah, that was an exciting bit, wasn't it? Anyway, what's coming up to the hour past? What I'll do now, before I get on, I'll just mark what I just got to, which was about what's going on in Camposol. Not a lot. So I will get back to the questions in a moment on there because I can see a few. But I'm going to do the free magnet picking now on Yogi's lucky hat. And so there is the magnet. Somebody, I think there is 30 no, there's 30 of you in there. There's 30 of you in there. So I'm just going to look for the drum roll. Here we go. Put your hand in there, see what's around. To me, got one. So here we go. Who is it? Who's that? Let's say Martin. I love this camera. So yeah, that's Martin. I've got a few Martins, but I think that's Martin. So Martin, whoever you are, you got a free magnet Sunday. So all I need, as always, I'll just put that there again just to make sure Martin knows who it is. I'm sure you do. All I need is your real name. Obviously, I need more than just Martin. And also, I need your home address so I can post this. And somebody did ask me a question about, can these go in the post? Because they're obviously a magnet. And they do, because I've had 2 people already back in the UK that have had these. So There you are, Martin. You're top man. Well done. So I'll put that there. Lucky yogis out there. So I'll do the other one nearer the time, about 1:45. So let's go back to the questions and let's have a quick flick through. Have a quick cough as well at the same time. Right. Evening all. Catch you for a coffee, says Thomas. Yeah, reading that one. Right. Hector's it's got on here, I think. Been a while since I could catch some live streams and could catch this one. Well done. You're looking much more chirpier than when I last watched after the medical work. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Funny enough, when I was speaking to Emma and Bob and Zip, let's go down, Zip. Yeah, I think it's Zip. They did ask me about it. Now, I couldn't believe it's 2 years ago now since, it's going to be nearly 2 years now since they had the operation, which is fantastic. I must say, anybody thinking about getting their hip sorted, do it. Don't hang about. I was the same. I was hanging about thinking, it should get better, and it just got worse and worse. And thanks to my mate Stave, who dragged me down to the hospital, the medical centre to get the process going. So thank you, Actor. Yes, 2 years. Near on. Yeah. I think it's in June, thinking about it. All right. We haven't been over 30 in Torrevecchia yet. We haven't. You must have, Yabbis. I mean, I'm sure this weekend was supposed to be one of the hottest. But anyway, mind you, on the coast, I guess, I suppose it is a little bit cooler there, isn't it? Is the supermarket on B reasonable for a full shop, or is it better to Aldi, etc.? Good question, that, Gavin. You're on about Consum, aren't you? Now, to be honest, I go to they got a Consum at the BP garage, which is just down the road on the RM3. The good thing about that Consum at the garage, I think the mini markets they call them, it's open all the time. So if you're coming on a late flight, say Sunday night, and you want a pint of milk or something, you can just pop into there and get it. But people have said to me that Consum is like Expat prices. I thought some of the stuff in there is pretty nice. I mean, I find the fruit and veg very good. Obviously, it's like anything else. Some people like Aldi. Mercadona is another one where you can get some cheap. I mean, thankfully now we've got so many supermarkets in the area. You got a good choice, and not forgetting the I call it a Tesco place. It sells all the, I think it's Iceland and Co-op stuff, and some of those prices ain't bad. But yeah, you're right. I think they're pretty reasonable. And I did hear they're actually doing a delivery service. I think you got to pay over probably €50 or something. Well, I'm not swearing on that, but I did hear a couple of weeks ago that Consum are doing a home delivery service now, whereas before you had to go into Consum, do all your shopping, which I thought was a bit bizarre. So that probably, I don't know, but I presume they got an online thing now. But anybody else that shops at Consum, I mean, I'm not a great shopper. I hate shopping. But yeah, anybody knows about Consum, chuck it below in the comments there. Shaun, I'm in, mate. Mandy's awake. Well done, Mandy. I mean, it is only 9:30. If you're in the UK, it's 8:30. You should be awake on a Sunday. All right. So Yappers are saying ridiculously expensive new builds on the Costa Blanca these days, 250,000 or more, almost the same as a semi, similar to some parts of the UK. Yeah, I mean, I have heard, obviously, there's a lot of new building going on at the moment. I mean, in this area, they all seem to be around the 200,000 mark, and you're usually talking about a 2-bed or a 3-bed, 2-bath sort of property. But what I've noticed is it's obviously to do with the land now. The land's obviously gone up in price a lot now, and the properties seem to be a lot smaller, even though they look really nice when they're all laid out. And another thing I've noticed, I did some properties up at the Condado. Now, we did the show flat, which was lovely. and it gives you an idea of space. But when you do a new build and it's empty, it looks so small, and you're trying to imagine. And I keep telling these guys, it's if you can just get some furniture in there, because I think it gives people an idea to put in a double bed, some beds, bedside cabinets, and it just gives people an idea of the size, because they do look small, even when you're looking around and you're trying to visualize with a sofa in the main lounge, those sort of things. But I noticed the plots are a lot smaller now. And yeah, I mean, the other thing is obviously the price of property here in Spain is going up now. So you've got to have a good look around, but there's still, thankfully, still places that you can still get for under 100,000, but maybe not new builds. And also, guys, another thing you got to do when you're buying these, what I call in the middle of nowhere places, what you call them thinkers on the Campo. Be so careful when you're buying those properties, because I've seen it already. And youngsters buying them and then finding out they're coming up with major problems, like one, no water, no electric, or if there is electric down the road, the connection fee is a horrendous price. The other thing is planning as well. Some places won't let you do nothing, or even put solar on your roof. I mean, how ridiculous is that? In some places in Spain, they won't allow you to put solar on your roof. Anyway, it's Spain, isn't it? I still love it here, but sometimes the rules do get a little bit silly sometimes. Right, Gavin, swings and roundabouts depending on where you buy. Allen's, yes, very true. I go to Allen's. Obviously, to me, I'm a lazy person. I just pop across the road to Allen's, and he's got some good bargains in there. I can pick up a can of baked beans for a couple of euros, I think. Packet of crisps for 1.50. Some peanuts, Kit Kats, those sort of things. Yeah, but obviously, if you want to go and do a full shop, I mean, Jan goes down to. We've been in at Aldi. I'm not a great lover of Aldi, other than looking at the middle bit where you got all the what I call the junk stuff. You can get a cheap seat or some knickknacks for your bike. But I don't ride a bike, do I? So I won't be looking for that. All right, moved to D a few days ago, keeping my eyes out. Well done, Nam. I'm about, you will see me, but you won't, most of the times you're only going to see me over on A, but I'm about. Shaun, how to safely transfer large amounts of money from UK to Spain other than Wise? Okay, well, I don't use that online stuff. I know what you're on about with Wise and that. I'm with NatWest. And I've been with NatWest ever since I've been there. I've still got an account with NatWest. And I believe you can transfer money. You can set a price. I mean, put it this way. When I moved to Spain nearly 10 years ago, because we had no internet, because we was renting at the time, I used to go into Lizard's Cafe, that was like an internet cafe. And you had like 2 hours of free internet. So it's open. But what I'd done, I told the bank what I was up to. Today, I can just send a text to my bank, which is even better now because you've got a better communication, especially with the apps. And I used to tell the bank I'm transferring today, I don't know, 20,000, whatever the limit was. And I've been in internet cafe and the internet's just disappeared. So I'm in the middle of a transfer. I'm thinking, where's my 15,000 gone? But thankfully, it's still there somewhere. I can't say, it's because it's all about money, and I don't want to give recommendations. I just I'm still with NatWest, and I've never had any problems. Obviously, the other thing is you need a money thingy, which is behind me. No, that one, isn't it? Which is Currencies Direct. Now, if you look below this video in my description, there's a link there, and that'll give you some bit more about Currencies Direct, because that's the other thing. That's the only thing that's annoying, isn't it? You got your money in your UK account, you want to put it into the Spanish account, or you want to pay for something, it has to go through a broker. Now, I'm not too sure about Wise and all those other things, because people say, yeah, they're the best because you don't pay no charges at all. I don't use that. I'd rather myself, being an old bloke, I'd rather go, if there's a problem, I want to speak to somebody in their face. Because this is what I had. I joined Money Corps, which was another exchange thing, and my money disappeared. It wasn't, frankly, it's nothing to do with them, but they just didn't care. Just somebody on the phone, yeah, okay, we'll sort it out. Nothing. Phone, you get a different person every day. I don't mind paying Casa my quarterly fee because I can go down there and have it out with them. Whereas when you're on the phone, they don't give a toss anyway, do they, on the phone? So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm sure from what I've heard, I don't think I've heard anybody when they're transferring money being ripped off. But obviously, you've got to make sure you're using a proper banking service, that's for sure. Right, so look, it's gone our past. I've done the first one. How much is your rubbish tax? Good, that's a good question, that, yeah, because we ain't got a rubbish tax as far as I know. I think what's happened now I don't know if that's 100% true. We don't pay a rubbish tax as such. We obviously got the IBI tax, which we pay once a year. And that's interesting. You do yours every 6 months. Now, I did hear, I don't know if that's true, on our water bill, that's got something to do with our waste, but I'm not 100%. But to be honest, the water bill, as far as I'm concerned, is dirt cheap. We pay it every 2 months. On average, my wife, she's grown veg now in the garden, and she's out there every day with the hose pipe watering those plants. We got a swimming pool, and I think on average we're paying about €70, maybe 80. Obviously, August time it'd be over the 100, but usually it's about 70 or 80 at the most. So that's for 2 months. But I think that's got the rubbish in it. We ain't got no community charge here at all, Yabis. So maybe that's the other thing in it. But we don't no. But don't bring your rubbish here. That's a lot, isn't it? 54. I mean, just for rubbish. I mean, we get our bins done emptied, I think, 2 or 3 times a week now. I mean, those dustbin men, I've seen them come around on a Sunday doing the bins. So I suppose that's something we can't moan to about the council. Right. So we're all congratulating Martin. I haven't seen him on the air tonight. Maybe I'm missing it. Bengal Bert finally beat you to it. Well done, Des. Shaun, I watched the Paradise World videos recently. The fellow said that most properties on Campasol gave no deeds. Is that true? Says Charlie. Yeah, that guy, he's amazing, isn't he? I just love him. He speaks a load of shit, to be honest. Oh, shouldn't say that word. Yeah, he's just anyway. Honestly, if people, I mean, we got 7 estate agents here on Campasol, and that's not including the online estate agents. Do you honestly think property here on Campasol, they'll be selling properties without no deeds? There are obviously some properties, but those properties that haven't got no deeds are the empty ones, are the ones that are falling down, which ain't many. But to him, yeah, I think I made a comment, and he obviously deleted my comment. But he speaks a load of shit, to be honest. He didn't bother to come and see me. He just went round. Obviously, he just took some info off the internet. No, I mean, there's loads of people here on Campasol. No doubt there's people watching tonight from Campasol that can tell you. I'm trying to think what they call it now. Escatoras, that's it. Yeah, you need your escatoras, obviously. You wouldn't buy a property without escatora. But yeah, he's just speaking out his bottom. I don't care. Oh, Martin's in. Well done. Is that you, Martin? Meet up last year. Oh, you've got to come and collect. Well done, Martin. You're top man. So, that's right, I'm just going on to Martin there. So, we're talking about this Martin, aren't we, Martin? Oh, the camera. Oh, it's upside down. God. So, Martin, right. So, I got you. So, can I come and collect it? Of course you can. Of course you can. I'm over at the end of the month based at Olawelli. Yeah, I know that place. Not far. Is it? It's going to be, yes, see, it's going to be good on your fridge. And I'll show you, just to show you it works, because you get some people saying it's not one of these sticky things. Look at that, eh? You're not getting this, Martin. This is just a demo. That's me. Sticks on there. See, imagine that, eh? On your fridge. So, Martin, if you can you contact me on Messenger? Is that possible? And then we can arrange a meet up. I think. Yeah, no, yeah. If you arrange a meet up, that would be fantastic. And I might even do a one-to-one video with you, if that's all right. You said, no, I ain't doing that. Right. Okay. Everything is cheaper at the daily market. Yes, that's another good one there, Chris. Because going back to the guy that was asking about supermarkets, I'll tell you what, some of the markets here are amazing. If you most of the week, not too sure the days, Toltana, El Haro de Murcia, down at the port on a Sunday, fruit and veg, really cheap. And also Saturday morning down at the Mazarron main square, there's a market there. Yeah, all good idea. Consume as decent cream crackers, says Yabbers. Silly. I'll tell you what, Alan sells those amazing cheese crackers, which I love. By the way, love your channel, mate. Charlie, you're a top man. I've always said it, Charlie. I haven't seen you before, thinking about it. I would have recognised that name. Right, Consume does a lottery card. Yes, that's true. I got a Consume card. I think you got to spend a lot, Kev, because I don't spend a lot. I go into that garage and get me ice creams and probably a packet of crisps. And I could probably, after 6 months, I get like €1.50. But I'm not complaining. But what I do like about going back to that garage, that BP garage, it does free water and air. Not like the one at the Gulp garage on Campasol where you got to pay for it. So it's always good around. Have a good look around at places when you come visiting. Mercadona says Thomas. Mercer's has a Neptuno up for 65,000. Mind you, it's falling apart. I wonder where that is, Kev, for 65,000. That's got to be on the front row, isn't it? On Upper C, I would imagine. If it's that place I'm thinking about. But, can't complain. 65,000. What's that? About £60,000. You get a garage. Right, 4 tins of Branston beans for under €6 at Allen's. So here's where you go, is it, Kev? We used Currencies Direct to transfer money over when we bought our house. They're also on campus. So yes, that's very true, Emma. Well done. Well done, top lady. Yes. That's another good thing about Currencies Direct. They actually got an office, because I've done it, being Mr. Ficko. I messed up my transfer. I don't know. I must have pressed the wrong button. For somehow it disappeared. So I was panicking. So I went straight over to Currencies Direct on B, next to the bank, which is pretty handy as well. I went straight in there, and they even, if you're really dodgery, they even come around your house to help you out. You can phone them up. That's another thing I love about Currencies Direct. And she did tell me, and I've forgotten all about it, but they're doing something similar to Wise now. But I'll try and find out a bit more information about that. I'm just looking at the time. Which is going to be similar, because they did say, obviously, these internet banks are affecting the currency transfer companies. But I did hear when I went over there, and I forget her name now. I must write all this down sometime with information. Right, yeah, but can you chop the bad bit off, Neptune? Oh, George. Hey, I'm just looking at something here. George, thanks for all the info. I've been following you for 10 years. Hey, you're a top man, George. I've always said that about you, and you're a top man. Thank you very much. Evening, Shaun. I'm not seeing Bonnie Dog. You need to have her on the live. You got to be joking, Deb, because Bonnie at the moment is upstairs now, and the kip. She's been out for a walk. Yeah, but I will. I will one evening. I'll drag her down. She didn't like being down here in the evening. She'd rather be upstairs. But I will try and get her out one Sunday. Is the English or the Spanish one Sunday? Please, is she English or a Spanish girl? She's, funny enough, she's an Irish girl because our Bonnie Dog come from Ireland. And I'm talking about the proper Ireland, the Southern Ireland. And she's an Irish doggy. Yeah, she's a little girl, and she'll be 11 this year. She's getting an old lady now. But yeah, no, she's not Spanish, unfortunately. But she does act Spanish, I must say. Got very mouthy in the mornings once she goes out for a walk. In Spain, the waste tax is separated from IBI now. Okay, right. So that's so yeah. So if you're moving down to Olliwelly, I call it Olliwelly. I know I don't say the name right. I did hear about that, and I did hear that there was a protest going on down that way about the council not looking after them properly. But 100 euros every 6 months. So that's another thing to check about, guys. When you're looking at different regions, it's always worth to check out what the different rules are and the price. And this is something else, obviously, you don't get to see on the Place in the Sun because they don't want to go through all the dribble stuff. They just want to show you the lovely apartment, look at the sea, but they don't tell you about all the extras that you're going to end up paying, which then obviously puts you off a little bit. So I've just noticed the time. It's coming up to 10:02 now, so I'm going to do the second one now. The second, this is Shaun's lucky hat, and I've got 32. This is for the free sticker Sunday. See, lucky night tonight. You got a double whammy. We got 40 in the house. So I'm going to do the drum roll. Can you hear the drum roll? Okay, got one. I did have two then. I don't be too generous, you lot. So here we go. Richie Richardson. Right. So Richie Richardson. I know that name. That name rings a bell, that does. So Richie Richardson, you got the free sticker Sunday. Top man. Now I got a feeling, Richie Richardson, that you're coming over because I know him. Anyway, just to prove, just in case you think I'm fiddling it, they're all in there. But so Richie, isn't it? Richie Richardson. And that's his real name. So I don't know about Richard, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's Richard Richardson. Anyway, well done. Free sticker Sunday, top man. It's a bigger one now. Des, I bet you want one of those, don't you? Stuck on your car. Right, that's done. I've done that. I've got 10 minutes left. Right, let's go back to the comments. Got loads of comments here. Even Shaun, I've done the dog in Spain. Well, we've done the horrible, waste tax. Maybe that's what's going to happen on Campasol with this green waste. Because I hate to think how much. Because they said last year to clear one of the sectors of this green waste was 30,000, and we got another 4. That was last year, and they've sort of doubled. So where's all that money going to come from? God knows. Angela says yes. What's that about? Right, Kev. Okay, that's about Paradise makes his videos. It's Cockney East Ender views, not for the West. I expect he's a nice guy, really. I've just been horrible, haven't I? Right, we've got the full set now, says Martin. Well done, Martin. Oh, so your partner Angela won a sticker as well. Oh, well done. It does happen, doesn't it? Emma, is it Red Day tomorrow? Says Emma. Yes, it is. Apparently, I did see on my calendar. Oh, it's not on there. Hang on. What's next week? Oh, it's Father's Day. No, it ain't. Is it? Eat Her's Day. Well, no. So next Sunday, I'll just see that now. It's Father's Day because my daughter sent me a card which I'm not supposed to open until next Sunday. Now, as far as I know, I don't know if it's true, but I did see Whitsun. So I mean, I don't know if the Spanish go into that, but I know, yeah, tomorrow's definitely a red day, and I have heard if Richard's watching because he's a top man as well. I always meet him for coffees in the morning. He said also Friday was a red day because I know next weekend, especially on the Sunday, I'll be going to it with the gang. We're going to see the Spanish Air Force doing their display. They got their air base down at Sanavia, and the Red Arrows. Can you believe the Red Arrows going to be there? So that'll be an amazing day on Sunday. Yeah, so that's good. So I'm just going for the questions again. Congratulations, well done, Rochi. Martin, well done, Richie. For a Tom, lucky Des, you never know. It's always keep them going. Sean, we really want to. Sorry, so I never read properly, me. Sean, we really want a Spanish move. Can you tell me roughly how many restaurants there are around Campasol and which sector they are mostly in? Okay, that's a good question. Now I would say on B, sector B, they've got the most. And we were talking about you got the supermarket, you got the garage, you got the bank, you got the currency, you got the gymnasium, you got all the shops, you got electrical stall, you've got cafes, you've got bars, loads of bars there as well. So I would say on B's probably got the most. Here on A, where I live, we've got the Indian, we've got a cafe around the back. It's like oh god, fish and chip shop. We got Night Hawks. We got that. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name for it now. It's a Spanish name. It's like a hardware shop. Can't think of it at the moment. And then around the front, we've got Cats. So that's a bar. We've got, and they do food, obviously. Towels do a bar. You got a print shop. You got tech shop. Don't forget the tech shop upstairs. And loads of hairdressers. And then you got Rendezvous. But I would say, Darren, that B's got the most, if you're into that. Now, today, funny enough, Outside Cats was a pretty good. I thought he was a pretty good singer. There was a lady and a bloke on the guitar, and I think there was a bit of musical stuff. And it was just nice. Sat in my front terrace with the door open because it's free for me. So I can listen to it. And there's a bit of music, and I thought it was pretty good music because it must have been good music because there were some people dancing. Believe it or not. Right. So I got all right. I'm still going. Hi, Sean from the Taravaca. Oh, hi, Sean from the Costa Blanca Travellers. Well done. Is that a motorbike? Is that a motorbike group? I forgot that wrong? Is tomorrow Monday a holiday here in Spain to Jabas? Yes, yes, it's definitely a red day tomorrow. I know that for 100%, host, because we had loads of people asking me about. Is the supermarket open tomorrow? It's a bit like Christmas, isn't it? Mass panic. I mean, obviously the garage place will be open tomorrow, but from what I hear, I think what usually tends to happen, obviously the restaurants will be open and the bars will be open, but I know some supermarkets do tend to shut. Tomorrow, so I'm just reading a couple here. Red Arrows at San Albert. Wow, they're usually in Bournemouth. Yes, but the thing is, in Bournemouth, every time I used to go to the air show, you couldn't see them because it was too cloudy. Still chasing my fourth sticker, says Des. Okay, Des, rub it in. But there it is, Des. I don't think you got this one, mate. This is a biggie. This is the big one. You might have it. I don't know. Well done. You know, that's the thing, isn't it? All right. Was it Rini or I don't know. I ain't got a clue who was singing. I never take any notice other than I thought they sounded really good singing. I'll be honest. So I've got 5 minutes. I've got down to right. I got one more here, which I'll get through, and that's from Sue. No, that's from Sarah and Clive. I got 34 in the house. Top people. Honestly, how bad? Oh, this is a good one. This will be the best one to finish off. Sarah and Clive are saying, honestly, how bad does the pig farm smell get in A and B in the summer, as that's where we plan on retiring to in the next couple of years. So, obviously on A, at the back of us, you can't really see them. They're pretty hidden up on the hill. There's a pig farm up there, and that pig farm has been there probably about 5 years. And what it is, they're piglets, but it does pong. But not like it's horrendous pong. It's like what I put here. Depending on where you're walking in the mornings, because I don't know what it is. It seems to be in the mornings, really. You get this whiff. And I wouldn't say it's on the back of your throat, but but it does seem to be in certain parts of A. I don't honestly think you could smell it over on B. And I think on the other side of it, I think after a while you get used to it. I mean, there's always going to be some sort of smell. No, not all the time. I mean, I've been sat outside. I don't smell nothing, but you do get the smell of the pig poo, because they're not allowed to do it. But they've got like a cesspit around the back of the place, hidden away, and it's open. And what he tends to do is spread it on the land, which I don't think he's allowed to do that as well. But as far as I know, the pig farm that was on C, which was a massive one, I think they've gone over the chickens now. But I don't live over on C, and I don't. I mean, this is what I've said to you, Sarah and Chloe. Best thing to do is to come over, obviously, in the height of the summer, not because just for the pig smell, but obviously, can you cope with the temperatures? Because usually in August we can be up in the 40s, and if you don't like the heat, so that's why it's good to come over, check out the pig smell, isn't it? Because unfortunately, here this part of Spain, in the Murcia region, it's a farming area. Wherever you go, there's always going to be a pig farm. And even if that pig farm is miles away, depending on how the wind blows. Now, thankfully, usually in the afternoon, we do get a good blow of wind. And I think the wind takes the pig smell away anyway. But yeah, we do get a pig smell. It's not that bad, because the place would be empty, wouldn't it? But yeah, I always advise people to come over, and obviously also Sarah and Clive, come over in the winter as well, because you're still going to get the pig smell, but it's just to get used to climatising yourself with the weather, because because it's sunny Spain doesn't mean in the evenings it can get a bit cold. Now, if you don't live on urbanisation, you might want to say, I might want to live on the campo up in the mountains. It's going to get freezing up there, so it's always best to come over, and no doubt you've done it anyway, but come over, check it out, have a good sniff around. But yeah, good idea, but good question that, really. But as far as I know, on C, that pig farm that was there is disappeared, and it gone into chickens, because chickens obviously seem to be a bit of a delicacy now here in Spain. You can get lots of things in chicken. Anyway, guys, I've just noticed the time, so I'm just going to mark that I've done Sarah and Clive's question. Right, so that's for next week. So, guys, if you've got any questions, please add them below, but not those questions. Below the video, and I'll get round to answering them next week. Are there any maps? So, we've got Gavin, are there any maps, etc., for the local walks? Tourist Information Office, they might have some maps. Or check out my videos on my playlist on Camposol, Gavin. I've done some walks. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. It's all adios amigos. I've got 30 in the house. Hopefully I've got over 30 likes at least. Don't forget to give me a like, and I'll catch you next Sunday. Adios amigos.